the February 16, 2026 Commissioners meeting. There are Title VI forms in the door, or by the door, in the corner if you'd like to fill one of those out and turn it into the auditor's office. If you could please stand, and Sheriff, will you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And if you could remain standing, Ken, will you please lead us in prayer?
Our Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for this day, and thank you for the privilege that you have given us to be able to come into this meeting and to make decisions and conversations about how we can continue to improve this county to be a blessing to you. So just watch over our commissioners and the leaders, and may everything that we do point to you. And we ask these things in your name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Ken. All right. Gabe is unable to be here this morning, so if the trends hold true, this will be a pretty quick meeting with just Brian and I
There
here.
you go. I like that.
All right. Do you have an opportunity to review the February 2nd meeting minutes?
I did. I didn't see anything that was amiss. I would make a motion to accept those minutes.
I second that motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. We don't have the special session minutes, so we'll just bump that to the next agenda to approve
That'll
those.
work.
Did you have an opportunity to look at claims?
I did.
I didn't see anything in my review of them.
Same here.
I know that there had been a question that had been raised about the water bill out at the fairgrounds. Come to find out, we both called out there and talked, and the charges that we're incurring are the base rates for having a water meter and service at the livestock pavilion. Given the size of the meter that we have, and the size of the meter that we have is more than likely necessary for the week at the fair. But that's something that we can look into a little bit more, because we're using no water, having nothing going on at the fairgrounds. It's amazing how much that costs.
Yeah, your base rate.
Yes. So with that, I'll make a motion to approve claims.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Moving on to payroll for the week of February 13th, 2026. It's in the amount of $437,430.07.
I would make a motion to accept payroll.
I'll second that motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Okay, let's go ahead and start off with Leanne from EMA.
Communication.
You know what? The brain is not working. It says EMA on here,
I know it does.
and yeah, correct.
That's okay. It's a collaborative effort. The first part is part of communication. So, good morning. First part was just to go over some quotes that we had presented for some flooring replacement and dispatch. Last year, we got permission from you guys to do some painting and dispatch. It's been 10 years. Needing a fresh paint in the center. As we were getting ready to do so, it was brought up that maybe replacing the code base around in the center. And then, as you know, when you look at that, then you look at the linoleum. The linoleum really needs to be replaced. It's just old. Should we get some quotes? We brought Ryan in and had him take a look at it. He agreed to let's get some quotes on it. So that's what we're presenting today. Levenstein's came over this measurement to replace the code base. Now that would be for the whole center, because that goes around even on the main center area where the dispatchers are at. We replaced the code base. It's $575. For replacing the vinyl flooring, that's just the kitchen, the bathrooms, and the entries. Where the dispatchers sit, the special flooring, we're not going to replace that. We're not replacing the flooring in the admin office, which is carpet. The vinyl flooring is in the kitchen, the 2 bathrooms, and the entries. And that, to replace that for vinyl plank flooring, Levinson quoted that at $6,400. So I'm here today to ask for approval to see if we can proceed with that as well.
The total 6975.
Right, just under 7,000. It would basically be for the whole center. 6,400 would be the vinyl plank flooring. In those
Yep.
areas. And it's my understanding that comes underneath the commissioner budget side of things for the center, not out of my budget, because it's for the building side. But if you have issues with that, let me know.
I don't have an issue with proceeding with it.
No, I
It's
don't.
something that I think needs done.
I know we talked about earlier, like, do you got money for that? Out of your budget?
And I mean, obviously I do,
I know.
but it's my understanding in the past, like, and those things do come out of yours, but I mean, you know.
Yeah.
However you want to proceed with that.
I believe we can take care of it on the commissioner's side. It is our building.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to go ahead and approve the 2 quotes that we have here for the 575 and the vinyl plank for the 6,400.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion carries.
Well, we greatly appreciate it, and it'll make center look a lot better, for sure. The second part is a collaborative effort with EMA and myself, and it's more of an EMA. Our current mass notification system, we're looking at replacing. It is our Code Red system, which is an EMA. Mainly it's utilized for EMA. However, it is paid for out of the communication budget side, out of my statewide 1222 fund. State funds 911 pays for that and allows that. So that's why I am presenting today. So anything that you have question-wise, why we're looking at doing that, I'll have Mike come up and I'm going to give a brief rundown of why we're looking at that. Currently, we're using Code Red, and if some of you may remember, that's not that old of a system for us that we have used. We use that system for weather notifications. You guys would get like text messages for severe weather. Also, we've utilized it for accidents, road closures, and something like that. However, our current system, we're looking at because it's no longer compliant, meeting FEMA standards. It's no longer working for what Mike's needing it to work for as a director's standpoint. You want to go ahead and come up and talk about those things as well? Come on up. And we can go ahead and talk about later what we've done.
So one of the key factors with the Code Red system that is no longer functional for us is what we call IPALS, which is the Integrated Public Alert and Warning System, which is part of our package that we had subscribed for, and Code Red is no longer federally compliant. And FEMA has shut it, which is a key factor in our emergency alerting capability should there ever be a bad enough situation that we would have to issue an evacuation. The IPALS portion allows us to go into beyond what people have signed up for publicly and subscribed to. It allows us to have access to the emergency alert system, the wireless emergency alerts that come through the cell phones. So if there's, by them breaching that essentially, and no longer being compliant to that, that's driven us to seeking another platform to do that. And other EMAs I've spoke with had no issues getting away from Code Red, so we're definitely wanting to go ahead and proceed with that in this platform that we have looked at. We've looked at a couple. The one we've looked at certainly checks all the boxes, and then some, and come in at a pretty good price.
So what we've asked Mike, and we had a 911 meeting in January, Ryan was there as well. We brought up the concern with it. Our contract actually ends in 2027 with Code Red. because they have reached it. Other counties have also reached out about, because of the reach, they have had no issue proceeding further with a new vendor. So it was brought up, let's start looking for a replacement. So he had wanted to look at HipLink. We've also got a good connection with Motorola. A lot of us wanted to see what the Rave product was because we've already got a lot of Motorola product. So we didn't want to get a whole bunch of vendors in there, so we looked at both of those products at the same time, back to back. So public safety department heads, we all sat in on one session that we heard and saw that back to back, made a decision, and it literally just came down to price. They were very similar products, provided exactly what we needed, with just very minor differences and two very substantial price differences, though. Very, very substantial. So as you can see before you, HipLink, well, let's go first. Code Red, what we currently pay is $5,100 a year. That is actually due in February, which we don't want to pay because of it's currently not providing what we need for EMA. HipLink is coming in at $17,000 with the demo that it provided us, $17,000 annually. And Motorola, with this Rave product, is coming in at $41.60 per year, cheaper, almost $1,000 cheaper than our current, and significant cost difference over HipLink. So with the comparison that I gave you guys, we're looking and would like to have your support in proceeding with basically just going in with Rave. And Mike's already got a letter set up to send to our current Code Red vendor and reaching out, sending it in, what, a 30-day notice.
That's the only thing I would say
That's my question.
is make sure that we can get out of the Code Red contract.
We already spoke with other counties that have done so as well.
Okay.
I don't want to sign us up for two, and then we're having to pay for Code Red when we aren't using it, for the reasons that you had outlined. So that's the only concern that I have on it, is just to make sure that we can actually get out. Is it clear in the contract that we had with Code Red that any breach on their obligations to be FEMA compliant would allow us to get out of the contract?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Is it clear in the contract that any breach on their part to be compliant with FEMA requirements would allow us to get out of the contract?
I know it's what we had signed up for and what we were subscribed for. That's the part that they breached. I don't know the wording, exact wording of what that
Well,
was.
it sounds like the other counties have used that
Yeah, it's,
breach, with the IPAWS, of not being IPAWS ready.
are
They've
you
used,
referring to Motorola?
no,
Or Code
no,
Red?
Code Red.
Yes, that is exactly what they have used as that. That's exactly what you've used, and they've been able to get out of it.
Right,
In fact-
I was just asking if it's actually in our contract with them, just before we vote on something to spend another $20,000, I want to make sure that we can actually get out of the one with Code Red.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep. Yep.
And it's due now, February.
Yeah, it is. And actually, Josh had spoke with Taylor, and he said if we could get our signature on it this week, he said up and coming within the next few weeks, they could have us going within the next couple of weeks.
Rave,
With
rave, yeah.
So that was the issue in the press. We're trying to get the signature on it.
You don't want to lapse in between.
Correct.
We don't have that either. What's the migration of the information look like switching over to Motorola?
That's what they were able to get it. They were going to be able to get it imported, our old data from the old system.
I know Josh talked about, he had did a download
There's no concern on that
of the
whatsoever. I mean,
old data.
worst case scenario, I mean, safety zone 30 to 45 days, but he's saying within weeks. Within.
So the breach of contract notice is a requirement. You said that there was a letter that was written up that had to be sent out for 30-day notice.
That's just what I was drafting ahead of time.
To prepare that, knowing that most of the time you would have to give notice anyway, so. That's what I had prepared, drawn up with the guidance from previous, other EMO directors and what they talked about.
Gotcha. Can you pull that contract, code red, and send it to Chad? And then when you have that letter done, forward that over as well. I mean, we still need the service, so I think we proceed forward with moving on Motorola Rave.
It sounds promising we'll be able to get out of it. So I would say let's go with Rave. Let's move forward with Rave.
I'll
I
make
mean,
that.
it's, more so it's more so his, I mean, I'm just.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
And I know Josh has looked it over, but I mean, I definitely want Chad to look it over too.
I'll make that motion then.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion carries.
Well, I just get a copy from you.
Yeah. Thank you, Leanne. Thank you, Mike.
Oh, sorry.
Guess I'm not a curler. All right, moving on then. Doug Westerfeld, APC.
Morning, I've got 8 APC petitions that have been approved for the area plan commission that I get the commissioner signatures on. So I'll just come up there and we'll go through them. The first one is petition 2023-13. Cody and Jackson Snyder subdivide approximately 2.99 acres out of 62.7 acres, rezone 2.99 acres from A1 to A2. 7 yeses, no nays, one abstained.
What's this parcel? Yeah, it's that parcel. All right, any public comment? This is for, I'm sorry, I forgot the name.
Cody Schneider.
Cody Schneider. Cody and Jacqueline Schneider, 2.99 acres.
Build a primary residence.
All right. No further discussion then. I'll make a motion to approve 2023-13.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And those opposed, motion carries.
Second one I have is petition 2025-2, Brian and Amy Pulling to rezone 2.99 acres out of 1.72 acres to rezone from A1 to A2 to build a primary residence.
All right, looks like we had 5 who voted in favor, 2 absent, and 1 lost connection while remote. Alright, any comment from the public on 2025-2 for Brian and Amy Poling to rezone 2.99 acres? Alright, no comment. I'll make a motion that we approve that Decatur County ordinance.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion carries.
Next petition is 2025-15, Tyler and Crystal Brown to rezone 2.99 acres out of a 16.1505 acre tract from A1 to A2 to build a primary residence. 6 yeas and 2 absent. 3 absent, actually. No, actually 2 vacant.
Alright, any comment on 2025-15, the petition for Tyler and Crystal Brown? No comment, and then I'll make a motion to approve 2025-15.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And those opposed, motion carries.
Next petition is 2025-19, Joe and Arlene Stewart to rezone 1.5 acres out of a 1.5 acre tract from A1 to A2 to build a primary residence. 8 yeas, no nays.
Any comment on 2025-19 for Joe and Arlene Stewart? Alright, I'll make a motion to approve 2025-19.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion carries.
Next is 2025-20, Sam and Carol Custer to subdivide 5 acres out of 121.86 acres and to rezone 2.99 acres of that 5 acres, A1 to A2. To build a primary.
It's like we had 1 vacancy, 2 absent, the remaining 6 members voted in favor. comment on the petition 2025-20 for 5K properties in Sam Custer? No comment. I'll make a motion that we approve 2025-20.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And those opposed? Motion carries.
The next one is petition 2025-21, Jonathan Crow to rezone a 2-acre tract from A1 zoning to B3 zoning for a repair shop. This is also known as the Electric Machine Shop. It's the property in St. Morris, Mike St.
Looks like we had 6 present, all 6 voted in favor in the APC. Any comment on 2025-21? All right, I'll make a motion then that we approve 2025-21.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and those opposed? Motion carries.
Next petition, 2025-23, Mike and Grace Robbins to subdivide 4.5 acres out of 153.94 acres and to rezone 2.99 acres out of that 4.5 acres from A1 to A2. Building permit removals.
We had 6 members present, all 6 members voted in favor of the petition. Any comment on 2025-23? No comment, then I'll make a motion that we approve 2025-23.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and those opposed? Motion carries.
The final petition is 2025-30, Anthony and Sandra Adams to subdivide 1.5 acres out of 15.79 acres and the rezoning from A1 to A2 to build a primary residence.
We had 6 members present, all 6 voted in favor. 3 members were absent. Any comment on the petition for Anthony and Sandra Adams? No comment being heard. I'll make a motion to approve 2025-30.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Sir? Thank you, Doug.
Thank you.
You want to give us an update, because we've had a steering committee meeting on the comprehensive plan since our last meeting?
Yeah, we had a steering committee meeting, went through the information that was part of focus groups and also the public houses, 2 public open houses. So basically, we took that information, and then each one of those items that were part of the focus groups in the open house, we discussed in detail at the steering committee meeting. The next steering committee meeting is in a month. The online survey will be shut down today. As of Friday, I think we're at 236 surveys. So at the next steering committee, then we'll take that data and then take it, analyze it, and then discuss further. I feel like from the meetings that we've had that I think one thing that's a common theme is we do have the current comprehensive plan is a good comprehensive plan. It has done us well, but there just needs to be some adjustments to that moving forward, just from changing technology and just discussions that we had 10 years ago, we don't have anymore. And the discussions we have today, we're not going to have 10 years from now. So, yeah, I feel like it's going really well.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
There was a big jump from the end of January to Friday because we had like 179, 180 responses at the end of January for those online surveys. And then we were able to get 50 or give or take more responses in a couple of weeks. So that was good.
Thanks to the paper for putting
Yep.
that out there and pushing that as well as the public social media outlets as well. So, yeah.
Very good. Any other questions for Doug? All right, very good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. Sean Durbin with the Health Department. Good morning, Sean.
Just wanted to share a couple of concerns. We noticed a few weeks back, we had ordered some Apple AirTags in an open box, and one morning when we came in, one was missing. And then just this past week, we noticed an Apple charger missing, which is in and of itself not a big deal. You know, somebody could have picked it up and not brought it back. We don't know what happened, right? The problem is, it got me thinking about the fact that we have secure medical information, we have medical supplies, we have a lot of high security type items and virtually no security in that building. There are cameras on the outside and that kind of thing, but this says security cameras, any cameras. I don't know, but I mostly just want to bring it to your attention that I think we need to address security issues in the health department.
So you think cameras is the answer, or what do you?
I think cameras would be an answer. Yeah, I mean, it's cheaper than hiring a full-time security person. So I like the cameras better than that. So Josh has some solutions. We've been talking. This all just came up Thursday, so I'm not far along on this. So it was most of this. Bring it out in the open, let you know what's going on. He's got some old cameras there that were used when it was the sheriff's department. They're limited to 4 cameras on the system he's got, and they may not even be operational. The cabling on it, the old coax cable, it may not be functional. They could have cut it when the city hall was in there. We just don't know at least. So that would be a short-term solution. So I think overall, something that possibly ties into the other departments that have security systems, so that we are all on one system. Feel situation. I don't even know if that's possible.
I think we can definitely investigate having
Yeah, for
IT
sure.
outfit the rest of the facility as well. The annex, I mean, I know annex is on here. The annex is a focus that we have through 2026. So
And
that's
Charlie,
something
our
that,
maintenance guy, that's kind of his forte.
Yeah.
So that helps with us, within those two, can work on self-installing. You know, we don't have to contract that out, just purchasing those things. To me, it's monitoring, who's monitoring it, you know, where's the data being stored, that kind of thing. So when we go back and say, well, on Tuesday at this date, you know, who goes back and checks that and looks at that? So is it better to have your own or tie it in together with community corrections and I don't know what the answer is to that.
You know, as far as on our end, I don't think it matters because I would only be reviewing it after an incident.
Right.
So who's reviewing it, I don't really care. I can walk to another office and say, hey, can we look at, Tuesday night?
Right.
So.
Okay.
Whatever works out best, I guess. Or-
I guess do some investigation and maybe come up with some pricing and things and see where we're at, but yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, and talk to both Charlie and talk to IT guys, see which direction they would want to go as far as cameras, so that if we expand out the network through the rest of the annex, we're going to be compatible across the board.
Sounds
Yep.
good. I'll just real quick want to say thank you to everybody who helped with the warming centers. We only ended up with 3 people coming into the warming center, but we were there, we were ready in case there had been something on the highway or people who had their heat go out. We could have accommodated 20. I will say of the 3 that we had who were unhoused people, one of them has a long-term solution. I'm not going to call it permanent, but a long-term solution. They are safe, they are housed. Another, unfortunately, is in the hospital, chronic medical issues, and one we weren't able to help. But that's still 2 out of 3, so I'm pretty happy. That's real similar to what we had last year as far as ratios. And the good news is that the 20 some odd people who came in last year, we didn't see any repeats, well, it's a 1 repeat. But that indicates that most of those people were able to find solutions last year. So we're helping a lot of people.
Very good.
How are things up in Clarksburg?
Moving slow. Snow really put us back. So we're ready to get back up there. And this weather is going to be really cooperative for that. We have the tracking equipment. We talked it's not really a tracking equipment. But we could not put them out in the snow. We have to get it back to the furnace. Unfortunately, after the weather.
And the cleanup side of that, besides just
It's pretty
the,
amazing. We still have one dumpster out there. It's
Not
massive.
half full. But yeah, the town has really come together and cleaned things up. There's still work to be done. Talked about still some individual cleaning up that needs to be done. People still need to be wary of cleaning up after their pets and that. But all in all, I drove through there Wednesday last week, and the whole town's looking a lot better.
Great.
It's progress.
that's great. Very good. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Sean. All right, Cambria Sparks, District Veteran Service Officer.
You don't look like Cambria.
No, you do not.
How are you?
I'm just fine, thank you. Good morning.
Hello, good to see you again. Thank
Good
you.
seeing you.
Now, you're not gonna read all this, are you?
Ron Higgins, State of Indiana Department of Interior, employee on leadership of the state agency.
Redrew the district, so that makes me your district service officer. So real happy about that. But we are required under this new law, Indiana Code 10-17-1-9, we are required to brief every county commissioner's office of meeting twice a year. The first purpose of this policy is to establish comprehensive mandatory standards of accreditation for veteran service officers who are conducting operational business within the state of Indiana. And this sets clear, required rules for accrediting service officers to help with benefits for claims for veterans. Service officers shall perform, so these are just highlights. And it's really too deep here. But service officers shall perform all functions, operations, and report information required by the state of Indiana Claims Management System, which is our software that we use across the board. Completion of all relevant information, intake, forms, logins, walk-ins, Claimant Information Responsibility Act, which is an agreement between the client and the veteran service officer that the client understands the claim process and their process in it. And only accredited service officers in compliance with this policy are authorized full and unrestricted access to the claims management. They must be accredited in the state of Indiana to submit claims to the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Quick highlights again. CVSOs are required now to be a hired employee of the county and no longer appointed. CVSOs office hours must. I'm so sorry. In the morning, I gotta put them in. CVSOs office hours must be at least 1,000 hours a year, and which is roughly 20 hours a week. the updated, posted office hours of the CVSO on the door and on our state agency database for all to be able to locate. Appropriate internet action, connection and technology utilization. They must have the PIV card, which allows them government access to the federal database for the Veterans 25. Private office space for protecting clients' personal information. Many other security standards as well. And they're required to attend all IDDA training once a year. And then there's 2 district trainings. And there's so much more that goes, but there are some outreach expectations and some various other data entry expectations that's really never been done before. And so the briefings going forward will be kind of a hoorah of the claims and all the things that we've been doing, everything that's exciting. And I just would like to pay you a high compliment. As the hiring of Ken Mobley, he is an exceptional individual. I'm sure you know that by now. And he's well on his way to be one of the best service officers in the entire state of Indiana. And I'm so blessed to be a part of this, working with this man here.
Well, we're fortunate that we have him. We recognize that right from the beginning, and he's done an outstanding job, so we appreciate that.
He's brought some tremendous energy to that department. It's been fantastic.
I appreciate that too. Retired man, Sergeant Major. Right. Again, thank you again.
Thank you very much, Ron.
Thanks, Ron.
All right, up next, we have a discussion on County Road 200 West with the parking and striping. Tim, you want to hop up there and discuss a little bit about some of the options that you'd looked into and some of the styles of parking and just some of the cost breakdowns that you have for us?
So we preliminarily looked at this parking out here. We looked at basically 2 options. One was angle parking and one was parallel parking. The road's basically 50 foot wide. So we'll allow angle parking on the east side we looked at. There is not enough room to get 2 travel lanes in there and parallel park on the other side. So basically it lets the pedestrian lane. There are options of parallel parking on both sides, which we looked at. So it'd be a parallel park on both sides, 2 12-foot lanes with a pedestrian, 5-foot pedestrian lane, 2-foot buffer on the west side. Both options yield between 95 and 100 parking spots is what it is. The variable being the side distance coming out of the driveway. We just kind of look here and there, that's, we've not did a full-blown design on it. So we used dot numbers, bubble size numbers last year from their job, they use their average numbers. So you're looking at about $11,500 for striping. If you parallel on both sides with pedestrian lane. Okay. If we actually put the linear post in between the pedestrian lane and the parking, that adds about $2,000. And then we looked at putting a new railroad crossing pavement parking at $500. So budgetary wise, you're looking at about $14,000. Decided to stripe it and go that with that parking configuration.
Do you think the delineator posts are necessary? Do you think that's something that,
I think the only thing it might do, as far as safety, it might keep the vehicles from approaching over into that parking within that travel lane. The other thing it might have the door open in front of people walking out through that 2-foot delineated, keep the vehicles away from it.
I like the idea of the post if we're putting a walkway there. That way, folks just aren't pulling right over in that way. Because, I mean, we want the walkway for a reason.
yeah,
And
that's a 5-foot walkway?
5-foot walkway with a 2-foot buffer, providing 50 foot, and I think it's pretty consistent.
if we were to do parallel parking on both sides, no concern about flow of traffic or anything like that
It's
for,
2 12-foot travel lanes with the center line marking between, and it was pretty standard layout.
Yeah.
Yeah. My first assumption was, let's do angle parking down through there. We'll get a lot more parking spots, but it doesn't.
The math just don't work out that way.
Okay. All right, all right.
Yeah, if we could have done parallel parking on one side and angle on the other side, it'd been a great scenario, just the road's just not working.
Not wide enough. Okay, all right. I like the idea, we discussed that, to have it striped, and it's kind of a free-for-all right now. Striping it makes it a little bit more, it just,
And I think it adds some safety factors.
I mean, that, not just with the ball diamonds, but with Power of the Past, with the
Fair.
fair, everything that will hopefully be going on at the new community building at the fairgrounds, getting that area,
It is a
brought up.
safety factor.
It is very much so. If we did not use 5 foot for the walkway, would we be able to do angle parking on the east side and have parallel on the
No.
west?
They're just on there for those
Okay, so even if we took away the walkway and say put in a sidewalk, we wouldn't have, okay, all right,
Still like the real estate.
okay. Will we be able to do this in-house, or will we,
We don't have capabilities to make it happen.
okay,
We probably have, recommendation probably get an RFP.
okay. Well, then my recommendation would be moving forward with doing the RFP and seeing what we get in.
I would agree with that.
Okay, I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And those opposed? Motion carries. You want to just give us your highway department report and we'll hit the bids further on down here.
So, we was able to find some over, and I thought that was a good deal, cost $77. So we went and we forward purchased that, we've got it installed on our tractor, worked that right, so that worked out good.
That's good. We'll scare away the snow. We won't have any more snow.
Comparable models, about 9,000 used models, comparable, that's what that was at. Just for information, we're sitting about 350 tons of sand salt mixture, about 165 tons of salt. All our winter equipment has been serviced, we're back repaired. Actually, about, we actually got a couple trucks out somewhere, a couple 6 months. So, but anyway, that's all up and going. We did have snow on the roof. It broke off a vent pipe to our pressure washer. So we're with Charlie and Piney, we're working on getting that corrected. They have a couple boiler issues during the little cold snap. So we're with Charlie and Piney on that, get that corrected also. You did look at, the conversation has been on fuels and transport loads feasible. So before we bid in our annual bids this year, we looked at it. Right now, it is not feasible. The cost of tanks is too prohibitive, and we don't use enough gallons.
Yeah.
We'd have to double our usage to make it feasible. So we did look at it. Options to
Okay. And from what you're seeing as far as having the tanks out there for the entire county, or other departments coming out and actually filling up?
Yeah,
Good.
I think it's working well.
Good. Good. I know I haven't heard any complaints or anything, but I just want to make sure that we're still seeing people use it, because we get a better price there for the most part than we do anywhere else. So, okay.
So with that, we did start tree trimming on our community crossing routes. We had that done. We do a quarterly inspection of all our bridge limit signs, one line in Maryville Road, Housing High Water, railroad crossings. So we did the inspection of all the signs. So we got that done. The only other thing as far as normal report, encourage everybody, pothole season's coming, report, use the online tool. It makes everything equal. So yeah, push it out there. everybody
Yep.
use it.
And I would tell people that we see the emails, we see the notifications, the highway department sees them, so it does work. There are responses from the highway department to fix the issue, so use the portal.
Yeah, that's an excellent tool.
It's fantastic, yep,
It does help us be very efficient, so yeah, we
Yep.
urge everybody.
yep.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. All right, insurance discussion. Brian, you want to?
Yeah, we had a insurance meeting last week. Had some discussion about our property and liability insurance. I'd like to pass on this right now and discuss it more when Gabe is here, so the three commissioners are here. But it's going to be, we're going to discuss about our upcoming insurance for 2026. And I think May is when we have to have that, right, Patty? But we've had a good discussion about it, about our moving forward with the insurance. So I'll leave it at that right now, and we'll wait till our March meeting.
Very good. Thank you, Brian. And then I'll let you provide the info on the Annex CAD drawings as well. I know
Well,
we've already talked about.
Last meeting, we talked about having a CAD drawings of our annex, and there was some discussion about the the drawings, getting measurements, getting exact drawings for that building, because we do want to move forward with some energy efficient windows on the exterior, working on the exterior. So Barnes Construction has given us a quote about doing a CAD drawing. They gave us two quotes. The first one was a full quote, interior, exterior, the complete building. And I thought it was a little bit high. I'm like, okay, we don't know if we're going to do the interior of the building or not. So he came back with a quote for $18,500 for the exterior only. And at the last commissioners meeting, we agreed to do that quote and to have the drawings done. Since then, in the last week or so, we've had some discussion about what if we do any work on the interior of the building, we wouldn't have anything to go by. So Gabe actually brought it up and said, hey, I feel like we ought to just do the whole drawing while they're there, because if we want to go back later and say, hey, now we need an interior drawing, Barnes says the price goes up exponentially. So if we do it all at one time, we're going to save some money. So he and I talked about it, and I kind of said something to you about it, but I do feel like while we've got them doing the exterior, we might as well do a complete package, interior, exterior. The complete package is $24,500. And they did say it would be more than that if they had to come back and redo it or do the interior. So that's my ask today is I feel like we ought to just go ahead and have them do a complete drawing, interior, exterior of the building.
Yeah, and I think the benefit from our discussions last week at the Long Range Planning Committee meeting is that if we do this, all of the drawings, all of the measurements are ours. We've had another company provide some information to us, but that wasn't something that was actually ours to use for future projects.
Correct.
So I think that's probably the biggest benefit that we have here is we'll have full schematics of everything that's currently in this building.
Yeah, and they're ours to use, and we can use those for proposals going forward.
Yeah.
So I'll make a motion to have the complete annex CAD drawings done by Barnes.
I'll second that motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And those opposed, motion carries. Do they know when they'll be able to?
He said they'd have to wait for the snow to melt before they could do the exterior, so he said he wanted to jump on that quick.
Okay.
I would say within the next 2 weeks they'll start.
Okay. All right, moving to the inclusion ball diamond letter of intent. Rob? Oh, there you are. Well, here goes our short meeting.
So yeah, I'm here, thank you guys very much.
Good to see you, Rob.
He likes to give you a hard
See you
time.
guys too. So yeah, on behalf of the Greensboro Rotary Club, I did send over a letter to
They drafted up. Primarily, it is just to make, so they would feel more confident with that to start their fundraising efforts, so.
One thing that we did get the letter, and Chad looked over the letter, and one of the things that he did bring up, and I kind of like the idea, in the letter it said that we would specifically at Rebecca Park have that property, and Chad said maybe we say a county property because it doesn't pigeonhole us into just Rebecca Park. Maybe that's not the best place. Maybe it's somewhere else. But the letter of intent would say that we would have a space for you, for the Rotary Club. It could be at the new Ball Diamonds, the sports complex, could be at Rebecca Park. And we feel like Rebecca Park might be the best spot, but I think if we specifically say that in that letter of intent, then we don't have any wiggle room elsewhere. That was the only thing that Chad brought up.
whatever. I know last time we spoke about this, I thought we came to the conclusion that
Rebecca would be the best location.
We did.
for it.
We have-
But that does leave
Leave it
it open.
open just in case something else were to change.
That's it. Other than, and I'm sure I feel like we'll go right back to Rebecca Park.
Right.
But it gives us some maneuverability, if you will.
I do know, with that location,
Obviously, there's discussion, I don't know if we covered this meeting, but then exactly once funds are raised, what is built and where does it go, right? So ideally, they would like to know because they'd like to dial in numbers exactly how much, at least get fairly close to how much money they need to raise. It's, fully funded by dollars they raise. So that's one thing they're wanting to get in because it's going to help them if we know exactly where we're at, and they can start getting renderings done and things like that, help them kind of sell to potential donors.
I think that wedge of property that we own on Central Street, and it's between Central and Northeast 80, it's a kind of a pie shape that comes in. That is where I envision it being.
So, like I said, I don't know how.
Like the west.
Discussion here, there's two spots.
The one you're talking about, and there's one north of the pickleball courts.
Okay.
You know where that's at?
Uh-huh.
There's room enough to put one there, obviously across the road. Allows for more expansion, for more diamonds. However, with that, I mean, you think about, logistically, there's some different plans on the table as far as parking and restrooms in that area for the current site. You know what I mean? That's been talked about for a while. So, I mean, obviously, if it goes to one side, I mean, funds then help each other as a team, the parks, tourism, the county, getting those other things established, right? Funds are raised for all of those things. If it's in that other where you're talking about, I think
It's more of a separation.
closer, just for the ones, the folks with special needs, they don't need to be crossing the road back and forth. So, and Mike is aware of that, because, Mrs. Mike Sefton's project.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
he and I spoke about that Friday, so, as long as, I think for them, they would feel a lot more comfortable, with the letter of intent stating that county, like you said, if we get the letter doing that, then it's.
We're on board for that. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So like I said, I think possibly they need.
Plan on which side they would like to go to and present it back to you guys, as long as they can get a letter of intent to know they can start raising funds for it, so. That's how I think that probably needs to happen.
What if we, do you have the letter pulled up over there?
I did not.
Okay, well, it says, on behalf of the Greensburg Rotary Club, this letter serves as a formal letter of intent regarding the proposed construction of an inclusion field and related amenities at Rebecca Park, a property owned by Decatur County. What if we just remove at Rebecca Park and we just say inclusion field and related amenities on a property owned by Decatur County?
I like that. Chad?
Yeah, the discussion at first, we all liked Rebecca Park, the ideal location, but we didn't know it worked yet. So
Yeah.
we didn't want to lock it in, that we're making a promise we don't know yet. If we
I like that, yeah. That's why we have you around.
And then further down in the paragraph where it says, until such time as construction, we're going to hold sufficient ground at Rebecca Park. I'm just going to take out at Rebecca Park. So hold sufficient ground to accommodate the construction of the inclusion field. And then at the top, it just says inclusion field and amenities. So I'll just take out the last portion there where it says at Rebecca Park. So this way, your letter of intent is for the purpose of establishing the inclusion field, and we'll hammer out where it is. So we'll go forward with this. With those changes, are you comfortable with it, Brian?
I am,
Okay.
yes.
that works.
All right, so with those changes, I'll make a motion that we go ahead and approve that.
And I will second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Okay, motion carries. I will, we'll have this printed off and then I'll sign it right after the meeting.
That works. Thanks, Rob.
Thank you guys very much.
How are things kicking off at the Diamonds? I know I'm making this longer, but
Sure, yeah.
I won't talk a lot
On that, but I'll just say that going very well. We're just finishing up our preparations to get going the first, or the last weekend of February, and then we're cool. For, fair, Powder Pass. We're having one fireworks weekend, so fair, so, you know what I mean? It's gonna be a busy weekend out there, but yeah, we're rocking and rolling.
Outstanding, outstanding.
and I know it was on social media, but you guys received a pretty big award.
2 awards.
Okay.
Yeah, oh,
What-
yeah.
What were they? Please tell everyone.
Okay, so those awards were,
We were awarded ballpark of the year through USA, primarily one out there. You guys know who USA is, a national one of our organizations for softball, baseball. So those two were for, I guess you would say, just Indiana USSSA and Indiana USSSA C League. So what they did is they really highly respect our complex. You know what I mean? And we've done and what we're doing out there. So that makes sense. I mean, I feel pretty good about it. It's a pretty big accomplishment.
Yep.
All the hands involved. So we're thankful for everybody that was able to see the vision and participate, help us get there. So.
It's a testament to the work that you put in out
yeah.
there. Good job,
that's
man.
awesome.
Good deal.
Very good.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Rob. All right, moving on to highway department bids. All right, up first here is the CCMG seal coat. All right, looking through them, we had Evergreen at $716,056.75. We had SC Construction and Materials at $717,194.52. And then we had, which one is this? Pavement Solutions, $845,455.54. So it looks like Evergreen is the low bid by a little over $1,000. Yep. So I'll make the motion to go ahead and approve the Evergreen CCMG seal coat chip and seal proposal.
I will second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and those opposed, motion carries. Okay. And then we have the furnished and applied, which SC Construction was $1,186,300. We had, whose was this one?
1,186,300, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
and that is for SC Construction. And Evergreen was $1,235,180. And then we had Pavement Solutions for $1,396,740. So it looks like SC Construction is low bid at just under $50,000.
And I'd like to point out that was the bid contingent on the funding.
Okay.
So the ball will go to council, so just want to point out that is based on that.
And the information that you'd provided was that with that $1,186,300, you're seeking an additional of $5,600.
We'll have to get the whole thing approved.
Yep. Okay.
It came real close to us, so I don't anticipate that's on the issue.
Sure.
So I just want to point out that tomorrow we'll meet with them on that.
All right. I'll make a motion that we accept SC Construction and Materials bid contingent on approval of the approval of the funding by the council tomorrow morning, being February 17th.
I will second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And those opposed? Motion carries. Right. Yes, sir.
I'd like to request to go ahead and accept bids for the annual bids, March 16th meeting.
Okay.
Which will be for asphalt, stone, fuel, pipe drainage structures, like in this emulsion.
So a month from now?
Yep.
Yep.
So we'll get them bids spent out over Chad and go from there.
Is that when we're open? Did you say that's when? Okay.
Then, yeah, excuse me, we'll open them, accept them, following.
Okay.
You're gonna start the process, so, yeah.
All right, so that'll be March 16th, 2026. We will open bids for our annual materials. All right, thank you, Tim. And thank you to Pavement Solutions Evergreen and SC Construction for bidding on our road projects. Up next, we have the request for use of facilities. It is the United Fund Strawberry Festival, June 5th, 2026. We have a certificate of liability here. Are they doing the farmer's market again?
Haven't gotten anything
I haven't
on it,
either.
I believe so.
Yeah, I know that there haven't been any issues with organizing between the two, but they're always on a Friday together.
They
But
definitely coordinate with
Yeah.
each other.
so I don't see an issue. I think we have everything here that we need. Any
I would make
comment
a
or anything?
motion
Okay.
to accept them. They always do a great job.
Yep. All right, I'll second that motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and those opposed? Motion carries. And you have anything else, Brian, before I go around the
Do
room?
not.
All right, I know I had gotten a message from Brian Robbins. He's at the Opportunity Expo is going to be this Wednesday from 8:30 to around 11:30 a.m. at Greensburg High School. Good event, but Opportunity Expo.
I guess I would say that we opened our community building this past week, Thursday and Friday. We had a couple events there. It really went well, highlighted our building really well.
It did.
We had 250 approximately on Thursday night, about 400 people there on Friday night, so a good crowd, and it went extremely well for an opening. And our ribbon cutting, and Don may allude to this, but Friday morning at 10 a.m., we had a ribbon cutting, had a great crowd there, about 80 people there, so it was a great opening to our new building.
It was really cool to see the number of people that showed up for Thursday, Friday, both the ribbon cutting and the event on Friday evening. Truly a great way to kick off that building, and I think the community, as you get in there and you see the facility, you see what it's capable of, I think you'll be happy with what this building can be used for going forward in the future. So, Chris, you got anything from Parks Department?
Nothing to report right now.
All right, anything else from communications?
Just for those to keep the family of Carolyn McIntosh in your thoughts and prayers. Even though Carolyn McIntosh was a dispatcher for 24 years, a long time in public safety. She was a dispatcher for the Sheriff's Department. She didn't trust us all the dispatch, but she was a longtime friend of Carla, all of those of us here.
Thank you. Ken, anything?
Sure. I just wanted to actually talk about this week as well, just for a second. The Freedom Sing was a successful event. Talking with the ones that were, talking to the artists that were there. For those that may not know, we had 5 Nashville writers who came up, and we partnered them up with 5 veterans um, to tell their story and to song, and it was pretty cool. Being a part of that, to sit down with an artist on Thursday morning and have a song by Thursday afternoon was pretty incredible, to say the least. I also just wanted to highlight that of the 5 veterans that we had, between them, we had over 100 years of service just between those 5 veterans. That's pretty amazing to have 5 of them that have that many years of service. I'm one of those, but with 36 years, you add that up, and with my other 2 retirees, Air Force pilot and an Army helicopter pilot, between the 3 of us, we probably had over 80 years of service just between the 3 of us. But it was great event. Appreciate the commissioners and those that supported it. Thank you for just giving them your attention and being able to use the building. And I think it was a great event for Greensburg, and I really hope that they get to hit us again and do it again at some point. Because I think it was pretty powerful.
Oh, yeah.
From just going through the event. So I just want to say thanks for those that helped and participated and were there. Thanks a lot for the support.
Thank you, Ken. Don, anything from the chamber?
Last weekend, we had a very successful Ag Day breakfast, so I wanted to say thank you to those who were able to attend, community members, agribusinesses, corporate sponsors. Room was set for 304, and we're guesstimating we had around 280 in total. So another very successful Ag Day breakfast, so thank you for that. I'm happy to be a part of the ribbon cutting, as you mentioned, so thank you for allowing us to do that. Tomorrow is Leaders and Loggers from 4 to 6 p.m. at the TAP, and that will be a State of the City address by Mayor Joshua Marsh. So anyone is welcome to attend that. It is free to enter, and it is cash car option. So we'd love to see everyone there. And then the legislative update is this Friday. That is from 11:30 to 1. Senator Lightsey, Representatives Melcher, Zimmerman, and Patterson will be with us. It is free and open to the public. We would ask that you register so that we have a good head count for that. There will be a light lunch served as well.
Very good. Thank you, Don, and thank you for hosting us with the ribbon cutting.
Of course.
Thank you. Yep. Janet?
We had the candidate filing deadline very fast. We had a really good turnout on filing so far. So, a little bit, that's for the primary. May have to have some appointed to run for the fall. Also kind of just want to give a shout out to our students who stepped it up in our office. He's had to visit our office about daily the last 2 weeks or some weeks that we've had. And he's still working on that. So
Good.
hopefully we don't have to have a long repairs for this.
Good.
Tricia, how about the election going? The room there at the annex is good, or?
Yeah, we went out there a while ago and that was them, and no, I think it was perfect, and
Good. Good deal. Thank you. Abby, anything from Court Services? All right. Good. Sheriff?
So, I don't know how it works out, but in my 4th year now, we have the first jail in the state every year to get our inspection. We're number 1 on the list. Here is the mandated report that you'll receive.
Did you pass?
Let me go this way first. There is one typo in there I'm going to apologize for. The first time I proofread it, I missed it. The second time I caught it, but it changed. So, coming from Jerome Hazel, I apologize for that. Again, Jeff Rhodes, Homeland Security does specific jail in the state, all 91 jails. Filed a petition for our inspection. He's to advocate our facility and our operations. He puts in the top line. So, it's very
Fantastic.
good. So, thank you.
Very good. Thank you. That's funny. All right. Doug, anything else? No. Brenda, you want to give us an update?
Just recently, if you saw on Facebook that we had experienced an episode of kennel cough at the shelter. We did do a quarantine, and the same day that we announced that quarantine, the girls did a deep clean at the shelter.
We only had one animal actually experiencing symptoms at this point in time. We have no kennel cough symptoms in the shelter, so we will be closing that quarantine down on the 19th.
Good.
And our wait list has gone down. We currently have 7 cats and 0 dogs on that wait list. Last month in January, it was 37 cats and 22 dogs. And as far as our no-kill stats, we are 23 saved lives away from official no-kill stats.
Fantastic.
So we are making progress.
Very good. Very good. Thank you for keeping us updated on the information that's just happening any given day and then being proactive on things like the kennel cough situation. We appreciate that. Diane, anything for you?
Just that the commissioner sale is still on for March 25th. 3 months to acquire a piece of property. Anyone that wants to bid on that, it's minimum bid of 100. Any of the properties are out there, like McCoy, that's likely involved in it. And the other is getting the offices ready to prepare for the tax settlement of that. So we're working with the vendor as far as, how the envelopes and the colors and whatnot, how it lays out as a process, and it goes from assessor to auditor to get it all come together. And our supposed mail date on that is March 16th, if nothing happens, if we have to have a delay on it.
Have you advertised, or when will you be advertising the certificate sale?
It's already.
It has been.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
It should be on its third, or if it already hasn't made it.
Okay.
I put it out there on Facebook.
Yep, I saw it there, but yeah. Okay, very good. Anything else? Awesome. Thank you. Mike, anything else from you for the EMA?
Several small projects going, but working at all of it slowly.
Very good. Thank you, sir. Christy, anything from the auditor's office?
Not at this time.
All right. Patty, HR?
The only additional concern I have with the insurance is our life insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Property liability and life insurance.
Problems with the claims there, which.
All right. Very good. Well, if there's nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to recess.
So moved.
We are recessed. Have a good week.